Okay. Chris and I met at a beer pong tournament in Arizona. We actually have different teams nationwide, and we all met for this huge tournament in Phoenix. And I actually didn't see him for the whole day. It was like a 12-hour day. We started at like 10 in the morning, went all day. And at the end of the night, very end of the night, I see these two guys and they're playing a game. They're playing against this other team. And I went up and I just started talking a bunch of crap to them.
Well, it's that old-fashioned love story. We met at a beer pong tournament in Arizona. We were playing in the Best of the West tournament, which is like a big tournament for different teams from all across the West. So I came from the Nevada team and she came from Albuquerque, and we were just kind of happened by each other in the bar.
I didn't know these guys at all, but I was like, you're gonna miss, you're not gonna make it. And sure enough, they won, and the guy that I was talking a bunch of junk to turns around and he just grabs my face, and we have this like moment, like sparks flew. And he's like, hey, can I grab you a drink? And I was like, yeah, of course. So he takes me to the bar, we grab a drink, and then we hung out for the rest of the night. We tried to go to In-N-Out and they were closed, so he took me to a Waffle House until like 3 in the morning. So that's how we met.
So I told her if I won the game, she was gonna have to have a drink with me at the bar. And sure enough, I ended up miracling a game out. And then she was forced to have to drink with me. And then one drink turned into a couple, and we ended up spending the whole night together.
Chris and I had met at this tournament, and I had to go home to Albuquerque, which is where I'm originally from, and he went home to Reno, and we started talking. We were just texting, calling each other for about a week, and he was like, I really want to see you again. I don't like being away from you. Can I fly you out to California to come visit me? And I was like, oh my gosh, no one's ever asked me that. Like, no guy has ever done that for me. So he flew me out. Of course, my mom was like, he could be a serial killer. I was like, we'll never know. So he flew me out, and we were dating long distance for about 7 months. I was planning on moving back to California anyway, and he was like, what are you waiting for? Just come and move out and live with me. So we lived together actually at my now in-laws' house for about 4 months. We got our own place, and after about a year, he proposed to me on my birthday.
So we'd been dating a couple years now, and I knew I wanted to marry her probably 8 months into the relationship, and I decided that her birthday would be kind of the perfect opportunity. I knew she was expecting a surprise, but I felt like that was a good way to cover up the proposal surprise. So we went and did a wine tour in Temecula and stayed at this really nice hotel, and I ended up arranging for all of her best friends and her family and a bunch of my best friends to surprise us at the wine tour. We met in Temecula, and everyone kind of showed up throughout the day at the different wineries, and she was having just a fantastic time. She hadn't seen her sister in like a year.
He invited my whole family out, and of course I was like playing dumb the whole time. I was like, oh, everyone's here for my birthday, ha ha ha. We're all drinking wine, and at the second leg of the tour, he said, hey, I want to go take some pictures. Like, it's really cool. There's this really cool area. Let's go. So he grabs me. It starts to rain. We run into this other building, and there's this gorgeous barrel room, and it's dimly lit, and there's this table with just one candle sitting on it, and I'm still totally oblivious. I guess it must have been the wine. I don't know. So he says, there's something I've been really meaning to ask you for a really long time. He reaches around, he grabs the box, and he pulls it out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I start freaking out.
When we got to the last winery, I was able to pull her aside, and we went into the barrel room, and I'd already had it set up to where they were gonna put a table with a candle and a couple glasses of wine in the barrel room. And so we came in, and I told her we were just gonna take a couple pictures for her birthday. And the second she turned around is when I went on my knee. So I think I surprised her, but we'll see what she said.
At that point, I still hadn't said yes, so he's standing there like, so is that a yes? And I go, yes, 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 of course. course. He picks me up, he hugs me. Little did I know, he did not tell my family that he was going to propose to me. He just invited them all out. So we get back on the tour bus, and the tour guide says, now I know I told you guys that we weren't allowed to open bottles and we weren't allowed to have any drinks, but I'm opening the champagne because somebody just got proposed to. And so he turns around, and my mom turns around and looks at me, and she just starts bawling, and I start bawling, and it was lots of wine and champagne after that.
So what I love about Allie the most is she really is just super kind-hearted. She cares about everybody and wants to make sure that everyone has just anything they want. She always wants to make them laugh, make them happy, and it really shows in everything she does. Even the simplest, stranger in the street, she wants to smile at them and greet them and make them smile for the day.
I love how generous Chris is. He's not only generous with me, but with his friends, with his family. He's so loving, he's so caring. He's really always thinking about other people before himself, and it's really sweet.
Even the random person in the street, if she walks by somebody and she can greet them and make them smile, she definitely goes out of her way to do that, and it's a really special quality. Another thing I love about her is she has a fabulous mind. She can memorize things, and it's really impressive. Songs, titles, names, numbers. She just has this amazing ability to pull it all out of nowhere, and I don't have that. And a third thing is, she makes me happier than anybody I've ever known. I don't know if that's a special quality or not, but she definitely has that effect on me.
I love his eyes. He's got these long, beautiful eyelashes that any girl would be jealous of. They're just a beautiful, brown gold that I got lost in when I first met him. He really likes to look you right in the eye when he talks to you. And I love how honest he can be with me. We're just goofballs together. I can totally be myself, and there's no judgment. He's never judged me from day one, and that is something that I'll always hold dear to my heart, because he just makes me feel like this is authentic, that it's real. So.
What do we fight about? Well, I'm sure she'll agree. I hate dishes in the sink.
Yes. Even if they're rinsed off and they're clean,
no, they can't be in the sink. I don't like them in the sink. I'm sorry.
That's like his thing. But gosh, I don't know. We don't ever fight ever. No, we're pretty good. I'm trying to. Yeah, I would say driving directions, texting while driving is probably the biggest, besides the dishes in the sink, that we argue about.
Oh no, she gets all the wardrobe space.
Yeah, I get all the wardrobe space.
Yeah, we figured that out early in the relationship.
Even though you do have a lot of clothes. For a guy, he has a lot of clothes. When we first met, I was like...
Says the woman with 2 closets full.
Whatever. In 5 years, I probably... Well, we see a bigger puppy, that's for sure.
Our family's growing, yeah.
Our family's growing. I don't know, we'd like to maybe move into a little bit bigger of a house.
Yeah, I think I like to move around. I love San Diego, but I don't know. It would be cool to live somewhere else, somewhere different.
I think we're both pretty...
For a few years?
Yeah, I think we're both pretty adventurous. I've lived in Albuquerque, but I've been back and forth to California a lot, and we're the adventurous kids of the family, I think. So, yeah, I think we'd like to maybe move somewhere new and
wherever.
Maybe have some other kind of family. We'll see.
We got plenty. We got our hands full.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever opportunity takes us, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'll follow him anywhere. Chris and I are beyond ecstatic to try to do this over again.
Without the hurricane.
Without the hurricane in Mexico. That was a whirlwind of an experience. Us having to be evacuated and him not able to see me walk down the aisle in my dress. We are just really excited to do this again.
Yeah, our friends and family have been fantastic. They're coming again. I know you don't oftentimes get a second chance at a first wedding, so
yeah,
we got to make the most of it.
Yeah, we're excited to be with our friends and family. So yeah, we're really excited to see everyone next month.
6 weeks,
Bye.
guys.
Yay.
Oh, you want one too?